so we gave us the power, so we he's showing out, that's why we cut it in the waves.
Yo, yo, we are back, episode 56 of the Not the Same Podcast Sports Show, hosted by this one word, C-Micah, and that one word over there, Mr. Robert Dean. Brother, what's up, bro?
Hey, feeling real good, excited about tonight, man. A lot to talk about, a lot going on in the sports world. So, you know what I mean? Excited to get into this and excited to see what the people got to say as they all, come in late like most one words do, because we a show that actually start on time.
Yes, we do. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever come to a show if we doing music or Not the Same Podcast live and think it's gonna start late, because you're gonna be it's gonna be like, no. It's gonna be you're gonna miss half that joint.
Yeah, brother. Hey, brother, I thought you was gonna wait for the people. The people will come when the people get here, but we starting on time, brother.
On time. Order in this place. Now, if you are watching live on Facebook or YouTube, please do like you see on the screen and hit that like button to alert others that we are live right now. And while you're liking, go ahead and subscribe. And then while you subscribe, and go ahead and hit that notification bell. You know what I mean? Mr. G, what up, sir? D says, good evening. Mr. G says, take it easy on my pats.
Yeah,
throwing up emoji.
Mr. G,
hard
I
out
feel
here
like
for a pat.
They definitely need, right.
Hard out here, brother.
They need to be the one words, honestly, brother.
They need prayer.
They need something. Yeah, man. Shout out to our rebroadcasters, man. I'm back at it. Shout out to the Takeover for being a rebroadcaster of the Not the Same Podcast. 525 Collective, Parable Radio, His Hop Radio Network. We also want to give a shout out to RYC Praise Network, Praise 365, our homeboy Scooter, right here in St. Louis. Yeah. And if I missed out on you, I don't think I missed nobody, but if I did, charge it to my head, not my heart. You know how you try to be deep. You dig what I'm saying? It's just a lot to be trying to remember sometime.
And if you get offended, then all right.
Yeah, man. You'll be all right. You'll be
back. You'll be back.
Yeah,
all right, man.
All right.
Let's see what's popping, bro. Somebody tell me what's popping. All right, what is popping? Number one on the list here is Argentina wins the World Cup. The biggest sport in the whole world is soccer, football with a U, not double O, not the two O's, but football with a U is the biggest sport worldwide. And Argentina wins the World Cup. Was it Messi, I believe, that plays for?
Yeah, man.
For Argentina. I think it was like tied, and they went into penalty kicks to finish it out.
Thing. Yeah,
it's kind of, sports is different,
Yeah,
soccer is different, you know what I'm saying? You can have a tie, you know what I mean? You can have opportunities to score and not score, and they be like, no, that's good football. And be like, no, dog, if you in front of the goal, score that thing. But they say, no, you just don't understand soccer. You don't get it. Soccer fans be angry. But anyway, go ahead, bro.
Some of the rules in soccer, this is how it goes. It's kind of like this in hockey too. Like throughout the season, you get points. So whenever you tie at the very end, and that's the championship, if you got more points, when you tie at the very end of it, what up, V? At the very end of it, you can end up winning the game because overall you have more points going there. Hockey does something similar. But, Messi, man, penalty kicks, and Argentina took the World Cup home. Let me tell y'all something, though. If you want to see a celebration from a championship, forget when you see the Lakers win and they going down, Rodale Drive, or Miami when they going down South Beach. Brother, let me tell you something. World Cup soccer celebrations, I don't know if you ever seen Cat Williams' Pimp Chronicles, his first one, when he say they just be partying. Hey, you go to one of them, you're going to be like, I want to go home, one word. Like, that's how much they be partying. So shout out to Argentina for winning that, bro.
Yeah, overseas football, man, is something different, dog. Trust me, it's something different. You think it's hard playing in tough arenas. I don't know what's a tough one. The Chiefs Stadium, they ain't got nothing on one of these football stadiums, brother. It's something
you can celebrate and lose your life in one breath. I'm just telling you how football they don't play no games.
Hey, you ain't lying, bro, for real. All right, next subject. The Phoenix NBA and WNBA teams are sold.
Yeah, man.
To whom?
Hey,
bro?
Hey, so forget about who bought it. I ain't even worried about that.
Okay.
This is what I'm going to say. So the Phoenix Suns and the Mercury owner sold the team. If y'all don't remember this clown, Robert Sarver was suspended.
Yep.
Sarver, was suspended, fined $10 million. And you know what he did? He said, all right, cool. He bought the franchise back in 2004 for $401 million. This man he came up on the lick in his suspension. $4 billion. We talking about history made on this franchise sale. So I'm gonna get a little bit in this in my soapbox. I don't want to go too much into it, but if y'all don't remember, Sarver was suspended because he did stuff like racial insensitive language in the workplace, treated female employees unequally, made sex-related statements, and sometimes even bullied employees. You dig what I'm saying? So what happens with that? I'm going to just sell it. You know what? Forget all y'all one words. I only paid $4 million. Let me go ahead and get this $4 million for both of them. Y'all take the WNBA, and I'm going to just go be a rich racist, even more rich racist, one word out here. So, yeah.
I'm just going to say, Mr. G, I agree. He said, under the table deal, how come no black people got a chance to bid on this? I'm just saying. Listen, man, let me say a little bit about this. So it was being sold to Matt Ishbia, whoever it is, billionaire mortgage lender, finalizing the purchase of the Phoenix Suns in WNBA. He actually played for Michigan State, and also he is the son of someone that started that mortgage. So basically, he got family money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's an heir. He don't have that much money. I think he got just about for real, like $4 billion. You know what I mean? And he's paying $4 billion, which means he got partners. That's what they normally do. And then they're going to get it and see what happens. So, okay, it's good. But here's the other side to it, man. What I don't like is this. If he was slanderous against women and people and his employees and all that, and why are we giving him a payday because he was ratchet? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I don't like, dog. Like, okay, my man came up. He basically supposedly got kicked out the league, but he finna get $4 billion while he getting kicked out. It's fishy, dog. I'm just saying. That's fishy.
Yeah. I'll get on my box in a minute about all them one words. Let's get it.
All right, next. Anthony Davis is injured again?
Again, bro.
Mr. Glass, dog.
Hey, but just go ahead and... Hey, look, listen, man. When it comes to Anthony Davis, I feel bad for him because something that you have said time and time again on this show throughout the years, you have said the reason you feel like Anthony Davis is so brittle is because he's in this big body. He was a point guard I think until his senior year of high school. The next thing you know, he shot up a few feet, ended up being 7 foot tall, still trying to do point guard things, and that's bad on the knees. So I think because he's still trying to be so athletic and do things that he really shouldn't be doing because he's a great player. We saw how he was playing before the injury.
Yep.
This is what happens, bro. This is what happens, and we call him Mr. Glass. But I feel bad for my dude. I really do.
I mean, he really, really, really have been balling this year. Like, I think he's averaging over 30, man, handling the business and actually playing down low like he should be playing.
Yeah.
You know, and stop trying to do all this slick crossovers. Dog, you is 7 feet tall. Be a big man. You know what I mean? Be a big man.
And he was beasting as a big, too.
All right, men and women college basketball top 10. Let's go.
Man, I'm kind of depressed to even talk about this. But men top 10, number 1, Purdue. Whoever thought the Boilermakers would be number 1 in the nation, but they are. And I said this a couple of weeks ago about how there's so much parity in college sports right now. And I really think those NIL deals are really, really starting to kick in, and you're starting to see it because the playing field is even. The powerhouses are not even in the top 10. You don't believe me? Here we go. Number 1, Purdue. Number 2, UConn. Number 3, Houston. Number 4, Kansas. They kind of powerhouse. They be up there all the time. Number 5, Arizona. Number 6, Virginia. Number 7, Texas. Number 8, Tennessee. Number 9, Alabama. That is a surprise to me because Alabama been knocking number 1s across the head all year long. And number 10, Arkansas. Arkansas for the folks so you don't get offended. All right. All right. On the women's side.
Hey, before we go to the women's, I do think one team I would say is probably not really a shock is Houston. They always good. You know, they're not a powerhouse, But
not up
they
top
kind of
like this though.
they kind of like Gonzaga. Like Gonzaga is not really from a big school, but they're small school powerhouses. They always good in college. But other than that, I fully agree with you. And Alabama, I still think should be higher. I know they may have
I
had
don't get
one
it.
loss, man. They knocked
They
off
didn't
like
beat
two number ones.
two. Two number
one or
ones. They
twos,
beat Houston and they beat I want to say Gonzaga. They beat Gonzaga and they number 9 in the nation.
Yeah. Only thing I can say about Alabama, they good, and my team only lost to them by 3, so I feel respected.
Well,
and we have no shooters, but Alabama is awesome.
State
That's a very good team.
Bomb last night.
It's Jackson State. They not known for basketball. They really not known for. They known for band. Anyway, carry on. No hate to our HBCU people. They've been known about football the last 4 years, and it's gonna go back to like it was. But anyway,
what about the women? Side? On the women's side, number 1 South Carolina does look like they're about to repeat and hold this championship because they are number 1. They're still undefeated. Number 2 Stanford. Number 3 Ohio State. They barely won last night, but they did get past North Carolina. Number 4 Indiana. Number 5 Notre Dame. Number 6 North Carolina. Number 7 NC State. Number 8 Virginia. Now that's something. Virginia is ranked in both the men and the women. That's something to be noted. I'm sorry, that's a lie. Virginia Tech is number 8, not Virginia. Number 9 UConn and number 2 UConn are both ranked in men's and women. So good basketball programs on both sides. And LSU is number 10, wrapping that thing up. And you don't see any of the people that you would think you was going to see in the top 10 on either side except for South Carolina. And nobody thought the number. And UConn for the women. UConn and women. So,
but UConn used to be good back in the day in basketball, and they didn't get back going. I believe it's Bobby Hurley, not Bobby. One of the Hurleys is the coach. He a wild man, like that dude be losing his mind. But he got a good program going over there. So salute to UConn.
I think it is Bobby Hurley, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and he's a good coach, man, and they handle their business. Yeah. Let's get into our soapbox.
Soapbox.
MKJ, what up, brother? He said the teams in y'all hats can be in the finals one day. This is true. This is true.
Not the way we playing right now.
Been before, but yeah, we ain't been looking good last couple of games neither.
We got a couple of chips under our belt, but you know,
Yeah. All right, this is our Soapbox segment where me and Rob go. That brother don't even want to talk about it. When me and Rob go back and forth over subjects. No, we don't go back and forth. I'm sorry, this wrong.
Not on the soapbox.
We spend 2 minutes. We spend a minute each on a particular subject. Back in the day, you used to have this thing called a soapbox where people would stand on it in a crowd and go off on whatever they want to go off on. Mad about taxes, mad about this, mad about their wife getting on nerves, whatever. They stood on the soapbox and snapped off. This is our soapbox segment where me and Rob go in for 1 minute on our soapbox.
2 minutes.
Normally Rob does sports, and normally I does whatever is on my mind. We don't know what's gonna happen tonight, but we will see. We got a time to look like this, and when it's over, you hear a buzzer that sounds like this. Mr. Davis, is you ready?
I think I am, man.
Let's get it.
Hey, look, man, we're in a society where we have cancel culture, but let me tell you how cancel culture works. Cancel culture only works when they want to cancel certain folks, you know what I mean? I.e. sports folks. You get players, you get athletes, but there's something that cancel culture never seems to touch. I'm going to name all of these guys, and they all have issues, but they also got big paydays after they had their issues. Tell me what these people have in common. Dan Snyder of the Commanders. Jerry Richardson of the Panthers back in 2017. Donald Sterling of the Clippers back in the day. And of late, Robert Sarver of the Sun/Mercury. Here's my point, folks. All these people were basically any type of crime that would get your business shut all the way down. You know what I mean? You know, the Me Too Act, Black Lives Matter, whatever it may be, the LGBTQ community, like these folks have violated racial issues. These folks have violated to the fullest, found guilty, fine. And you want to know what all these one words got in common? They walked away with a bigger payday than what their fines were and what they paid for their respective organization that they were owning. So if cancel culture want to come in, I think that the leagues need to get together and try to find some type of stipulation that if you're suspended because of one of these violations, ethical type things, that you shouldn't be rewarded by getting $4 billion in Robert Sarver's case. Dan Snyder's about to get a huge payday. Let me tell you what Dan Snyder did. This man was so gangster. He got on his yacht. Yo, baby, let's go to the yacht. We're going to go to international waters and let our lawyers handle this because I got caught looking through the peephole. Shut up, if you're getting these millions too. Let me look at some of it. You dig what I'm saying? And cancel culture don't come through for them. You know what culture do for them? Pay them. You know what I mean? Like, bump that pay me. That's what they're saying after they pay. You know.
Forget really you pay me. Yes.
That's my soapbox.
Salute. Boy,
ridiculous.
I almost want to go in on yours. All right, my soapbox is this. This is for, I love my city that I stay in. I am originally from Memphis, Tennessee. I love my home, but this is not a Memphis soapbox. This soapbox is for St. Louis, Missouri. Now, if you live in St. Louis, you know about some of these highways. You know about 270, 70, right? There's this highway named 70, and right about soon as you get past UMSL, almost all the way to downtown, they have a few curves. It don't matter if it's 11 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock in the morning, 2 in the morning, there's always a traffic jam at those curves. They can't figure it out. We can't figure it out as a city. Every single day, if I drive down that area, there is a traffic jam. Why? I do not get it. I do not get it. And it is only a St. Louis thing because I lived in Memphis, Tennessee, and Memphis got their own problems. It got too many potholes. And that's a whole different subject because we're not talking about Memphis right now. But St. Louis, why do we have a problem with curves? And you know what? It's not just 70, dog. When you go down 270 and you get around the West County Mall right there, it don't matter if it's 11 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock in the morning. It is a graveyard. It is a pit stop. It is what you call a parking lot. Nothing is moving. And there's never a reason why. A reason why. But you know what? I got a bonus for you, dog. Because I just drove this. I came from River City Casino, putting in some devices for our machines there. And I'm on the way back, me and my wife. And we get coming down 64, Highway 64 from downtown, right? Going towards downtown or leaving from downtown. Soon as you get close to the zoo, parking lot. It don't matter. It's 11 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock in the morning.
Hampton,
STL. People that's born and raised in St. Louis. Help me. Why?
Yeah, bro.
Why can't we do curves? Why? And that today is my soapbox. And if you live in St. Louis, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I can name every street, brother. Good day. Yeah, Hagen's.
Like my man Rob said in the back. We act like we do not realize what the street gonna do. You was born and raised in this city, but you always be like, maybe I should slow down. They looking for the police, so they slow down. You probably right, D. You're probably right. But it still gets on my everlasting nerves. This is our Debate Fuse segment where me and Rob literally go back and forth over particular subjects, and we speak our mind on it, and we go for 5 minutes. But today we're going to go for 7 minutes because we only got 3 subjects. So we got a time to look like this. When it's over, you hear a buzzer that sounds like this. First things first, something that we always do. NFL Week 15, impress and depress. Let's go with the NFC.
NFC impress. Yo, shout out to the Vikings, bro. If I had the little horn, I would definitely blow the horn for them, and I'm going to tell you why. Vikings pulled off the biggest comeback in NFL history, overcoming the 33-point deficit and clinching the NFC North in doing so. Look, I know Mr. G said don't be fooled by the Vikings, they imposters. I'm going to tell you what they did do. They came back after 33 points. Now, that can be bad on the Colts, but it's definitely great for the Vikings because they ended up clinching the NFC North. And I hate to say this, what's my man name? The coach, intern coach. I wish they would give him that.
Oh, Jeff Saturday.
Yeah. Hey, Saturday. I like how he analyzing when he on it. Yeah, all that good stuff. But brother, you better not give him that head coaching job. Go ahead, see who you're impressed.
My impress is, I got a shock for you. My impress is the Detroit Lions. Detroit, they say basketball, but football. This is why. Detroit has won 6 or 7 games. Detroit lost 6 games in a row to start the season, but now they have won 6, and they literally have a chance to be in the playoffs. Literally have a chance to be in the playoffs. That is insane to me because Detroit is always sorry. Matter of fact, Detroit has always been sorry my whole life. Even when Barry Sanders was there, he was awesome, but they were sorry. Even when Calvin Johnson, Megatron, was there, he was awesome, but they were sorry. And now all of a sudden they playing good with a crazy coach to be talking about biting kneecaps and all that. Just a real meathead coach. You know, no offense, but he is a real meathead coach. But hey, he got them playing, so salute to them. Let me go to the crowd right quick. Hagen say the Vikings are depressing because why the heck they fall behind that much to the coach? I agree with you on that. Actually,
I agree.
And but then Crispy, what up, sir? Crispy say depressed that a team like the Vikings let a team like the Colts get 33 points on them and somehow impress, laughing his butt off. Yes,
I'm gonna tell y'all why.
And I agree, Calvin Johnson deserves so much better. Go ahead,
he does. He doesn't get Calvin Johnson doesn't get the credit that he deserves. He should be up there. Like they talk about Ocho more than they do Megatron, and I don't understand why. Ocho was cool, but he wasn't Megatron. Why this is my impress, and I don't know why I'm defending it to you one words, but y'all family, and I got 7 minutes. Why it is my impress is because this was a trap game. Today. This is right. I got time today, as Stiz said. Look, it was a trap game. They came in and they was sleeping on them. Yeah. And normally when that happens, and anybody who played on a real team, you got that one team like, man, I ain't worried about these cats. Even in basketball, we do it. And then next thing you know, whoa, we gotta watch it. So that's the reason why it impressed me, because they woke up and was like, oh, we tripping. Anyway, NFC depress, Dallas Cowboys after blowing a 17-point third quarter lead. And then on top of that, Dak throws a pick 6 to give the Jaguars their win. Dallas just crumbled, bro.
Yes.
Like that was depressing to me.
Yes. And you know what? My depress is the exact same thing you said, because the Dallas Cowboys, listen, it's not bad losing to the Jaguars because the Jags, they don't suck no more. So, but still, they the Jaguars, dog. I'm just saying. Yeah. And why is you struggling that much? And y'all talking stuff like, yeah, we got to get ready for Philly. No, you ain't ready for Philly. You wasn't ready for the Jaguars. And listen, I ain't going to blame all that on Dak Prescott. He literally threw the ball, and it hit him in the hands, and the dude out the way. So I ain't going to blame that totally on Dak. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to blame that all on Dak Prescott. But, bruh, like, you shouldn't do that. All right, AFC Impress, brother.
Impress, let me tell y'all something, man. And I didn't think they was going to do it, but they have been. Buffalo Bills, because that win has them in first place tie with the Kansas City Chiefs. Josh Allen threw for over 300 yards and 4 touchdowns to beat the Dolphins. Yes, I get it. The Dolphins was in cold weather, but that was an important game, and now they're tied for the best record in the AFC. And look, Josh Allen just won't go away. You dig what I'm saying? He just won't go away.
My impress is the Cincinnati Bengals. They've been on the road, they've been playing a lot better, and I like Joe Burrow. I actually got in a discussion with, ironically, our brother Mike Reel's stepdad at a party I was at this weekend, and he was just talking, and he's just like, man, I don't respect Joe Burrow, he ain't that good. And I was like, bro, you know he went to the Super Bowl last year. He's like, for real? Like, he didn't know. Not to put his stepdad on blast just for funny. You know how you be talking to folks, and they be going in. But, hey, I respect Joe Burrow. I think he's a very, very good quarterback, man.
Yeah, man.
And, they getting their momentum at the right time. AFC depressed, my guy.
Who am I?
Who am I?
The Patriots. I just threw the ball to the Raiders.
We sorry, Mr. G. We sorry, Mr. G.
The Patriots for playing hot potato with the dang football game tied with no team. Listen,
just
man.
Go to overtime.
This wasn't Bills and Oilers back in what was it? Music City Miracle. This ain't that.
This is literally shaking my head. Like, what is y'all doing?
The game was tied, bro. And you threw an interception, a pick 6. So much so, when they threw the interception, my man caught the ball like, it was like a movie. And he turned around.
The man running like Lil Rudy or something.
Right. Like, when he caught the ball, his teammate was like, run, word, go to the end zone.
Like, dog, like, why? That is my same depress. Like, the pay, how? Belichick, bro, it might be time, my guy. Belichick, it might be time, my guy. For real, man. Like, you looking real suspect. You and Brady. Now, Brady got his championship, and everybody thought Brady would. Miss G said, I nearly broke my TV. Like Brady, hey, you and Bill Belichick need go on, get on a yacht, and, hey, wrap it up. But, yeah, bruh, why is you doing them laterals when you got a tie game and you can go to the overtime and win the game?
Win the game.
Why? That is so Bill Belichick like.
That's because it wasn't Bill Belichick. I guarantee you them one words didn't know what the score was. I can guarantee. It's no way in the world they knew what the score was, bro.
No way.
You playing hot potato, and he turns around and throw it back like,
what is you doing? And you threw it to the guy. What is you doing? Like,
yeah,
y'all almost was the one word of the day. Y'all almost
got
was the one word of the day. I'm for real, brother. All right. Next subject. This is something we started new, and y'all help us now. This is our first one. Don't be looking at it sideways. But this is our first week of this week's NBA Impressed and Depressed. Let's start with the Western Conference. Who are you impressed with in the Western Conference?
Well, right now I'm impressed with the Nuggets. They're number one in the West, and I'm going to tell you why. Michael Porter Jr. has been out most of the season. Murray is not 100%, and Jokic is killing it right now, bro. Like, he just had a triple-double against my boys, 13, 13, and 13 against my boys, Grizzlies. But Jokic is doing it all. And don't get me wrong, the resurgence of, man, I can't even think of my man's name right now.
Caldwell,
the dunker. My man that cried when he got in the
Gordon.
Yeah. He cried when he lost that money. So the resurgence of Gordon, Caldwell, Hope, depending on what night it is, they're doing it with a bunch of B-list players, and Murray not even 100%. So that's my impress.
I'm sorry to make this so boring, but I'm fully impressed with the Nuggets, and it may be just because last night they just stomped my team and embarrassed them. Like, bro, we literally had like 14 points in the first quarter, and they're not really a good defensive team, but they was last night.
Yeah, they 28th in the league, bro.
Jokic is awesome, and I'm sorry. And listen, I know we got voters fatigue when it comes to MVP, but bro, I'm sorry, man.
That's back to back.
That man, awesome, man. My man, awesome. Like, he shouldn't be that good being that chunky, but my man is awesome, dog. And it is what it is. Depressed that the Nuggets don't have some kind of signature dipping sauce promotion with McDonald's right now. You know, that actually is a good point. They really should, being that they call the Nuggets. I agree with you, Crispy. All right, depressed in the West.
I'm going to have to go with the Mavericks, man. Luka needs help, bro, period. Luka is averaging 32 points a game, and after that, Christian Wood 17 points per.
Yeah,
you're not gonna get anywhere. And they're 11th. If I'm not mistaken, they're 11th. They're like 15th in the West. If I'm not, they're down there. Like, even if it was to play in, they would not be in it. And Luka's gonna get tired. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's gonna be like Jackson up in Baltimore football. Luka gonna get tired. He gonna gas out. Same way Jackson has done.
My depressed in the West is the Golden State Warriors. And I know everybody's a Golden State Warriors fan. We love Steph. We love this. We love all of that. But look, man, this ain't been a good year. For real. And y'all just lost Steph Curry. And I know Jordan Poole got his bag, and he did drop 40-something the other night when Steph the night after Steph got hurt, and I get that. But he ain't been good this year. He was good that night. And the Warriors have only won 2 games on the road.
On the road, bro.
This season, bro. Like, that is depressing. Look, y'all won a championship. I think championship fatigue is a real thing, but I also think, and I'm sorry, Nigel, bro. I'm so sorry, Nigel. I know you're a Warriors fan.
Nigel ever,
I know no
up,
disrespect. No disrespect to the Warriors, man, but it's not. I think what really hurting them this year is the losing of Otto Porter and Gary Payton III. Older vets. Now, Gary Payton III wasn't an older vet, but he was a defensive guy. All right. East Coast impress.
So I'm gonna go back on my word. Yeah, I know what you meant. I'm gonna go back. Hey, listen, the Bucks. because they're still number one in the East, and they did this without Chris Middleton. Let me tell you something. Giannis put that squad on his back, told Drew Holiday, yo, hit these buckets when I need you, and told Brook Lopez, I'm going to need you to play like a center, and then we're going to make this happen. And they're still doing this with Middleton not being 100%, and they're number one in the East right now. And I thought they was going to be a play-in team, and I've been eating my words, that humble pie, as they call it, since the season started. So the Bucks are my impress.
Big salute to them, all except for last Thursday night where they took that 41-piece loss down in Memphis, Tennessee. But other than that, they are awesome.
Oh, yeah, Memphis made them ran circles around them boys.
I will say this, kind of like what's the name did to us last night. I got to take it just like I give it. I say this, though. My impressed in the East is the New Jersey Nets. Not really New Jersey, but the Brooklyn Nets. Here is why. They have been on a roll. They've been playing very, very good since moving Jacques Vaughn into the leadership role, since all the Kyrie Irving stuff finally calmed down, when everything, and now you're not hearing nothing no more, and they just been silently winning. Salute to the Nets. And, I wasn't going to do the easy one because I know it's easy to say either Boston or Milwaukee, but I'm going to say somebody else on the side. My honorable mention, I know I didn't ask you for this, brother, is the Cleveland Cavaliers. I really like that team.
Oh, yeah, they balling, bro.
I really like that team.
You don't want to see them in the first round.
No,
you do not want
to see them.
Hey, them two, Mitchell and that boy Garland, they are balling as a 1-2 punch. Like that's old school point guard, shooting guard action. And they balling. Kind of remind me of Joe Dumars and Isaiah Thomas as far as a guard 1-2 punch the way they got it. With Jared Allen, I'll go with your honorable mention with Jared Allen just grabbing boards like it's nobody's business. So
yes, sir.
I'm with you on that one.
My real balanced team. Go ahead, bro.
Hey, very, very. My D-press, hey, Mr. G, you must have been in my notes. The Bulls. The Bulls.
Yeah, I agree, Nigel.
I'm going to tell you why. They're 11 in the East. Zach LaVine and DeMar, they have Zach LaVine and DeMar Rosen. And guess what? Zach won't out now. He don't want to be there no more. And he acting, excuse me, folks, like a true light skin and asking to leave again like he did in Minnesota. You dig what I'm saying? Like he didn't want to be there no more. He didn't like it. Now he in Chicago. I don't like it. I don't want to be here no more. Go sit down.
Why the voice, bro? Is that the light skin voice? All light skin dudes sound like that? Stop it.
They all sound like that, bro. They all sound like.
I actually agree with you, man. I'm sorry,
man.
I'm sorry, Miss Wanda. I'm so sorry. I know you was Chicago, everything, but no, I don't like the Bulls. I think they team were never good. I ain't talking about like back to Jordan. I'm just talking about even last year when they had a better record. I don't think they was really good. Like their team don't really make sense. And what I mean by that, they two best players really play the same position. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Their team is not balanced, and then their big man Vucevic is a defensive liability all the time. I know. Don't even do it. But he is literally defensive liability should be a picture of him. All he does is offense. So they don't. Their big men are not defensive. They have two wings, and they don't have who is their point guard. Their best defensive player probably is. They would have been good if Ball was right. Ball would have been good. But if I like the dude that used to play for the Lakers, Caruso. Caruso is a defensive player. He's decent on offense. He's good for them.
Coming back from that injury, though.
Like, if they was all the way healthy, it'd be good. But then, still, really, if they was all the way healthy, their team still don't really make sense. They still got, like, four wings, a big man, and a big man that try to shoot threes and need to have his big butt up under the goal. Like, I don't hate big man to shoot threes, but somebody got to rebound, my guy. Anyway, that has been this week's. And I found out it is actually it was week 9 of the NBA, so they got weeks 2. So I'm gonna we'll have that next week. Next week.
If we remember.
D says, "Bye, Zach, crybaby."
Yeah.
She said, "Don't let the door hit you with a good Lord split you."
Yeah, I mean. But okay, so here's my question before we move on, because we do only have 3 subjects. So where would Zach go? I put that out there. If you get rid of Zach LaVine, because DeRozan is balling, bro. That man mid-range jumper is dangerous. And Lonzo Ball has been hurt as far as this is my D-press. Yeah. Who do you trade for Zach LaVine? Like, who do you bring back in for that?
I don't know. He got a big contract. You have to trade a lot of stuff.
You got to trade a lot of stuff behind that, bro. That if y'all got that in the comments, we'll go back to it. Who do you trade Zach LaVine for to bring somebody in to make the Bulls a little more competitive, because some of their trades just didn't make sense because they had some young guys and they got rid of them.
All right, after 2 straight Celebration Bowl losses, is Deion a good coach or is the division soft? Now, I spelled Deion's name wrong. I didn't feel like fixing it, but y'all know who I'm talking about, Deion Sanders. Yeah. But after 2 straight Celebration Bowl losses, is Deion a good coach or is the division soft? Let's go, Mr. Davis.
I'm going to give y'all the stats, and then I'm going to give you the answer before y'all say I didn't answer it.
Okay.
Jackson State was 8-0 in the SWAC East this season, with Florida A&M being 7-1. That means they were number 2 in the SWAC in SWAC East. After that, no team was over 500, and everybody else won 3 games or less. If you add SWAC West, they had 2 teams at 5-3. Everybody else was under 500. This year, they were defeated by NC State, who was 10-2 overall. They in the Mid-Eastern Atlantic, and was not a very good conference. Mid-Eastern Atlantic got schools like Howard University in there, and it's not a big football thing. Last year, they were defeated by South Carolina State by 31-10, and they had a 7-5 record, and Jackson State was 11-2 during the season. This is what I'm going to say. I'm not going to question Coach Prime's coaching ability, but I will say, and looking in the numbers, the division was soft, bro. And every time he got to the Celebration Bowl, where it was against people who had time to prep, who had time. Last year in the Celebration Bowl, they prepped on Sanders, his son, the quarterback, so much he barely threw for 100 yards, and I think he had like 2 picks. This year, I'm sorry, but the only other guy on the team that's not like the others dropped the end zone pass. They could have sent this thing into extra.
They could have won the game. They could have won the game, except for the one non-HBCU player playing at the HBCU dropped the ball.
Dropped the ball in the end zone.
You figured that out yourself. You figured that out yourself.
Boy,
no hate to him, though.
No hate, but he was acting like the Patriots. He just couldn't keep the ball in his hands. You did?
You know, I'm not really – no, go ahead, bro. My bad.
No, you good. I said my spot.
I'm not positive Deion is a good coach. Now, look, he got them to the championship because this is the reason why I say I'm not positive. I think he probably is a great recruiter because if he recruited all those people to Jackson State, you got to be able to recruit. You know, he's well known. But we'll see if he's really a good coach when he gets to Colorado. That's going to be the proving ground. Now, he's good enough to dominate the HBCU, although he did not win the bowl games. That is important. And I know HBCU people that's very mad that he's leaving. They're very happy. He lost the bowl game. North Carolina Central, I believe that's who won. Was popping. Boy, they was talking their stuff after that. He didn't want to be here. And they thought they was going to blow. I mean, like they was popping their collar. But, hey, you won. You can do what you got to do. You won. I will say this, though, man. We will see when he gets to Colorado. We will see because he won't be the only one person with talent when he go there. That's not like, you know, that's not going to be like when you in the HBCU, when you the one person that can get some Division I talent over there and everybody else getting D4, D3 talent.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like that in Colorado. The Pac-10 got D1 talent all over the place. Even after USC and UCLA leave, they still going to have talent all over the place. Oregon still exists. Arizona still exists. Arizona State still exists. All those teams are still there, and it's still going to be something to deal with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's see what the people are saying real quick. Crispy says something that makes sense.
Yeah, okay. Crispy says Coach Prime definitely going to be challenged or either vindicated or exposed at Colorado. I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with
exactly
that one.
what I'm saying. Then he's going back to he says Zach, for no disrespect, but ain't no top athletes. Ain't no top athletes going to HBCUs. The whole league is soft until they can consistently get 4 to 5-star recruits. I fully agree with that.
Yeah.
And this is the point. HBCUs can, if they want to, move up. Now, it's going to take more money, but they can move up. Only thing you do to move up in divisions in the NCAA is spend more money. You know what I'm saying? Put no more bread in. It's one thing Deion was popping off about. It's like, yo, where my alumni is at, it's going to put money into this. You know what I'm saying? That's what we supposed to be doing because that's what all those big schools do. Colorado, all the alumni is paying for all that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Alabama, that's the alumni that's doing that. Yeah, they got sold out stadiums and all that, but you get what I'm saying. It's the alumni that's doing that, and that type of culture doesn't happen in the HBCU as we think it do. Now, there's a whole lot of vocal pride. Folks be popping off. Oh, yeah, I'm proud of this college or whatever, and but you ain't giving like Alabama. It ain't me hating. You may not be in a position to give like those folks, but that's the difference. Go ahead, bro.
No, I truly
and
agree.
We'll get on the comments about Zach after we wrap this up. Go ahead, bro.
I agree. As far as Deion Sanders, I'm with you. Is he a good coach, or did he just have top-notch talent? And I never really looked at it until I sent you this. Like, yo, after 2 bowl game losses, if you notice, these are people that's not in the division. And when I went to look at the SWAC East and West, it's like, dang, the next person that really had a good was Florida A&M at 7-1 in their same division. And after that, nobody won more than 5 games. So it's like your talent outshined until you got to someone who wasn't in your conference.
Right.
And you know what I mean? Right. Each year, and you didn't get a chance to prep for them, but for the 2 weeks or for the week, and then you were exposed. So now that you're going to Colorado, you're Division I. Now, your words, Coach Prime, was only difference is them boys in the middle. But when he was on his way to Colorado, it's a couple of people that's like, you know what, I'm hitting the portal. This ain't for me. I don't want to be here with that.
Right.
You know, and it's a couple of people that didn't dip. They don't want to play for Coach Prime. So it's going to be challenging for him, man.
I mean, now listen, he definitely came in the door arrogant, and, you know, we used to him being what he is. But, you know, as a player, if my coach came like that and he was like, you know, you can go and get in the portal and not really being like, yo, you got a chance, I dip. Man, forget you, dog. You ain't going to give me a chance. No matter what my stats say, I may be better than what you think. One thing, as we wrap this up, what I don't like about coaches is when coaches be like, nah, this player ain't good. You're the coach. Coach him up then.
Coach him up. Coach him
up. You know
up.
what I'm saying? Stop making that excuse.
And everything.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Coach him up. You know what I'm saying? Just like some coaches be like, man, I only run this spread offense. And then you got a quarterback that play different. And then, you know, well, I can't use this quarterback. No, you change your offense for the talent. Just like Lamar Jackson. If Lamar Jackson is awesome and you ain't got an offense, find somebody that got an offense for him and institute that one. Because this guy is ultra talented. All right, man, that's it on that.
Hold on. I want to say this because I don't want to contradict myself.
Okay.
Don't get it twisted, because we said this when everybody in HBCU was hating that Deion was there in the first place. This is still a win for the community. Don't get that twisted.
Absolutely.
Him getting that position is still a win. But I hope that his staff and his resources show that he is a good coach.
All right, back to the Zach LaVine thing. People have been giving their trades. I'm going to go back. Crispy said they need to bring back Jeremy Lin. He's silly. Mr. G said Porter Jr. for Zach LaVine. I won't be mad at that one. But that's really another win, though.
I don't know if Houston
just a big win.
Porter, I don't think. Hold on, he's talking about Porter Jr. from Denver?
Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because now you got Murray and Zach on the same squad.
Right, and now you got
or is he talking about Porter Jr. from Houston?
I think he's talking about Porter Jr. for
which one, Mr. G?
Clarify yourself, Mr. G. Let's see. Hagen say, Zach for Julius Randle. Okay.
Yeah, then Mr. G say Randle and Vukovic wouldn't be able to play together.
I think they could, honestly, my opinion, because Randle gets rebounds and gets buckets. He kind of more inside, but, you know.
Knicks ain't giving up Randle. He beasting this year. You think I'd give up Randle for heck no. I'm not giving up Randle for Zach LaVine. Why? What
wings they get?
Huh?
Yeah, he talking about the one from the Nuggets.
From the Nuggets, Michael Porter. Okay.
I wouldn't want Michael Porter Jr. though. Just to go back to what Mr. G talking about, he injury prone.
Brokeback Mountain.
I mean, that's. Don't call the brother that, dog. Come on, dog.
I mean, he in Denver. Hey, listen, he in Denver with the mountains, brother. That's what I mean by that. He in Denver, a bunch of mountains, and his back always hurt. Brokeback Mountain. Anyway,
carry on. Carry on.
As far as nah, man, you. All right, man, I'm done, bro. If you wouldn't have laughed, I would have kept a straight face when I made that comment.
Wrong choice of words, but yeah, man. Hey. I'm not mad at the Julius Randle thing. Although I know Mr. G don't think they could play together. I think they could because they're not the same type of player. And I think that's the problem with having Zach and DeMar. Yeah, DeMar DeRozan, because they kind of cancel each other out. You know what I'm saying? They like the same thing. And, Vucevic. That's a tough one. I'm just not a big fan of dude. I just say that. I'm not a big fan of that guy. You know what I mean? Hagen say, speaking of injury prone, what I tell you about AD carrying the Lakers sooner or later. Yep. You right, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
We talked about that before you got on, Higgins, and it's unfortunate, man, because he's a top-notch talent. But at this point, we'll see what happens with the Lakers. But you're gonna have to start making trades at this.
You got to.
It's getting ready to happen. Trades are gonna start coming. You might mess around and see Westbrook for Levine. You don't know, because the one thing I'll tell you about Chicago, when people start bumping their gums, they get rid of you, partner. They don't. It's been like that since the Krause days. They don't play them games up in Chicago. They don't have time for that because they have a marketable brand and they don't need the negative. Look what happened to Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Buckets, they got him up out of there. And Buckets is way better than Levine, in my opinion. So,
all right, man, let's get into the one word of the day. This one word. No. Of the day. The one word of the day are NFL refs. I know there's two words before you say that, Chris, but anyway. The one word of the day are the NFL refs because of what Rob was about to tell you about what happened between the Commanders and the New York Giants on Sunday Night Football, the insanity of what just happened. Go ahead, brother. Let them know what happened.
So in the loss, the Commanders had an opportunity to win against the Giants.
Yes, sir.
And tight end Terry McLaurin said the ref told him you're lined up legally. So he like, all right, cool.
The ref gave him he asked him, am I lined up legally?
Said,
and the ref literally gave him a thumbs up.
Thumbs up. You ready to go? Quarterback step back, hut one, hut. Flag. Same ref. The same ref. And they end up losing the game.
Yes, sir.
Because this ref told this man he was legally online, onside, in the right position, and they got a penalty for that. And the Commanders went down, and the Giants came away with a win.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Crispy say need to make a rule that the refs can't bet on game. Man, listen, man, it really seemed like it. That's how do you tell the man he all right and then throw the flag? Like he asked you so he can make sure. Look, this is a crucial. I believe it was like 58 seconds left in the game. They was down 8, I believe, so they could have scored, hit a 2-point conversion, and tied the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Probability may not have been high, but where they was, the probability was high because they would have scored had not been for that penalty. They getting crunked by touchdown. It's like, no, it was a flag. And he literally asked this man, yo, am I offsides? Nah, I'm good. Nah, you good. Thumbs up. And then with the other hand, threw the flag.
Let me tell you what this loss does. Now they are in the NFC. I can't call them least this year because it's the NFC beast this year. The Eagles are 13-1. The Cowboys, they could have clinched the playoff spot, but they blew it with their 13-point debacle at 10-4. The Giants and the Commanders came into this game, which whoever was going to win was going to flip flop. So the Giants are now 8-5-1. And the Commanders are now 7-6-1. So they're going to have to try to win it out to get to the playoffs. But I actually like what the Commanders have been doing because they quietly started winning games. Yes, they were winning, and then they were in playoff contention. But then you get a ref like this, and it's a possibility they go night-night. You dig what I'm saying? I mean,
Chris would say the ref was tired of his Giants being garbage.
I can't laugh at that because our sister V, she a true Giants fan, man. She a true Giants fan.
She all New York.
Yeah, all New York squads.
Yeah, man, but that's a bad look, man. Like for real, the ref shouldn't. And I agree with what Mr. G. Really, the ref shouldn't have said anything. He should just look straight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't include yourself in the game. That's the point. You just supposed to referee. You ain't supposed to be a part of the game for real. NFC East is what the NFC West was supposed to be. Facts.
Yeah, that is a fact. But guess who's about to win the NFC West? And they on their third quarterback, the 49ers. And they might mess around and get to the freaking NFC Championship game. I ain't going to say they going to the bowl, but the way San Fran playing, bruh.
She needs to love herself. But yeah, man, it's
I just tripped off.
You get what he's saying.
Crispy, you a fool, man.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it was just foolish, man. I can't believe that happened in the game, and I agree with Mr. G though. If you don't want to, don't say nothing. Just look. You know what I'm saying? Don't say nothing, because then they can't say the ref did it. They can always stand on, I asked this ref this, and then he flipped and didn't do it. They can always stand on it. They can't just say, hey, we blew it. Hey, we was offsides. Hey, whatever. If I asked you, am I offsides because maybe the angle he's standing at, he can't really see it or whatever, and I ask you, am I good, and you respond, don't lie, my guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that just tells me you lied.
Did you throw the flag on me? It's almost like, honestly, it should have been NFL and NBA refs, because the ref that threw jive.
Oh, bruh.
You dig what I'm saying?
Don't start.
The same type thing. Jai's talking to a fan about a situation. Not even talking to this ref, but the ref inserted himself in the conversation
in the game.
Throws jive. You dig what I'm saying?
Nobody came to see him, and nobody came to see this ref in the Commanders versus the Giants game. Nobody came to see them.
So,
they don't care about you.
But his pockets cared, so it worked out.
Do you ever see anybody walking down the street rocking a ref jersey? No,
right.
Because don't nobody care.
Only if you work at Foot Locker.
I get that new black and white. Yeah, no, nobody care, dog. No, nobody care, man. All right, man.
If you do, let me get your discount, because you at Foot Locker.
That's the only ref jersey you care about. All right, man. Let's get up out of here.
Have you ever thought, I really enjoy what these guys are doing with this podcast? How can I support them? How can I be a blessing to them? Hey, look, one way you can do that, hit that like, subscribe, and notification button. So every time us 2 1 words come across your screen, you'll get an opportunity to chime in on these conversations, as well as hear us talk about a bunch of something and sometimes absolutely nothing. You can also hit the Cash App, Not the Same Podcast, or go to the website, notthesamepodcast.com/support, which is updated every Friday night after we get done with the 3 shows. And that is how you can support the Not the Same Podcast, man.
Be on the lookout tomorrow night as we start something a little bit new. Now, we always play videos every week doing a Not the Same Podcast Music and Faith show, but now we're going to actually react to these videos. We're going to take about 5 minutes after we get through watching it and tell y'all what we thought about it. You know what I'm saying? We ain't going to go too hard. Well, we might. It
all depends.
We don't know these 1 word. We might tell them, man, that jump's trash. You know, no, I'm kidding.
Right,
Probably ain't gonna
we'll
go
never do that. We'll let Crispy do it in the comments.
Yeah, we let Crispy handle that. We just post Crispy comments. He'll tell the truth. Mr. G will say it in a minute too. So we let our comments do the talking. But yeah, tomorrow night, man, we back with another Music and Faith show. Be tuned in for as we break down this music video, whichever videos we playing and what we think about the song and stuff like that. And hey man, tune in, man. And listen, it's the last show before Christmas, man. Last show before Christmas, man. Let's celebrate the Lord. The birth of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. We know literally he did not die on that day. I mean, was not born on that day. But just can you have a good time and love your kids? I'm sorry for you deep folks.
Yeah. And keep the Christ in Christmas.
Keep the Christ in Christmas. All right, man. I'm C-Micah.
I'm Robert D.
And we out.
In us, so we gave us the strength, so we gave us the power, so we he's showing out, that's why we